way up when the fire's clear. All the homies on the flight list. Verbally gifted, take the plot and I twist it. Got it big lit. Sex with the incense, got my...
What's up and welcome back to my channel, y'all. Today we are snowed in Texas, and you know what? I just got up and I said to myself, I'm gonna film an old school makeup tutorial. Like, maybe this is more of a makeup video than a tutorial because I'm just gonna be doing my makeup and chatting with y'all about it. And if my brain has the capacity, we're gonna talk about some other things, like these cute earrings from Oro Central. These are so cute. I've been rocking with them for a couple of years now, and they never fail to impress me. I need to moisturize my skin because if you can't tell, I am very dry right now. This moisturizer is from Tula. This is their new 24/7 Intense Moisturizer. And you better believe I need it. Anyway, what's up with y'all? Let me know down below in the comments how you've been doing. Have you been enjoying the beginning of the year? Because it is January 31st. But yeah, like I was saying, I can't believe that it is January 31st already. And maybe it's just me not keeping up with the fact that I've actually done a lot this month. But I feel like January just started. Is it just me? By the way, I'm using the ABH brow pen. This is the Brow Wiz in the shade Ebony. Either I'm getting to the point in my life where time really does move quickly, you know, like older people used to say when I was a kid, or time really is just flying by. And perhaps I'm keeping myself occupied pretty well. Who knows? I'm using the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I will say that I have been setting actual goals for myself, and they are super short-term goals. Stuff that I need to actively do on a daily basis, like being organized. I feel like I'm pretty good at, but because of my attention deficit hyper disorder, I have a tendency to bounce around. And I get things done, but it wears me out. And so that's a difference that I'm trying to make in my own world, is just being a lot more organized and staying on task. Look at how juicy that is. So I've been setting short-term goals, like making sure that I'm uploading my content regularly. And y'all, I got a planner. Where my planner girl's at. The planner is super cute. My mother got it when I was probably 18 or 19 years old. But that was back when I refused to be organized. When I was reckless and spontaneous. Unhealthily spontaneous, I guess you could say. Because I was just one of those people who's like, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna think about it. I'm gonna just boom, boom, boom. And I would kind of just go about my days like I had all day, all the time in the world. Which is not a problem. Like, if you really do have all the time in the world, you do. But I didn't, and I could have stood to be a lot more organized when I was younger. So I'm about to use this concealer from Milk. This concealer is... There's only probably 2 concealers that I have loved in the last few years, and this concealer from Milk is one of them. So I've been being more organized. Writing down what I'm grateful for every day is also one of my short-term goals. And pretty much just creating tasks for myself so that I'm able to have something to do without being overwhelmed. It's also made me a little less accessible as a friend. And not in a bad way. When I say accessible, I mean when people ask me to go do things, I actually have something to refer to besides my phone and my memory. And I can say, well, no, I'm not free that day. Like, I actually have stuff to do. And it makes me feel good because sometimes I don't want to do stuff. And I know I'm not the only one. And honestly, I wish that I had developed these habits sooner. Because I was always the person who anyone could call, and I would kind of just show up. I would just put whatever it is that I needed to do to the side, or I would forget about it. And then I'd be out and about hanging out with people, trying to make them feel good about themselves, or which again isn't a negative thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Girl, my eyebrows do not match. I feel like I use up a lot of my time and energy doing stuff like that and not doing much of anything for myself, not planning out anything for myself. Looking back, I think, oh my God, if I had done maybe an ounce of research, there's so many things I could have done when I was a little bit younger. It's not too late now, obviously. There's so much I could have done. I could have been traveling. I could have been making more life experiences for myself. And let me tell you, the longer time passes, the more obvious it becomes that I haven't done certain things, or that there are things I could have done and that I still want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm using the ABH primer today because I actually dismantled my makeup kit, and that is a whole nother thing. Anytime you have a product that's in a tube, a squeezy tube, I recommend shaking it, squeezing it, because it's in this tube, not just for aesthetics or convenience. Yeah, y'all, I dismantled my kit probably 2 days ago, and I had decided that I was gonna do that. One of my friends had reached out to me and she wanted to get her makeup done, and I was kind of just like, I don't do makeup anymore, like, and I haven't done it in a while. And so not only would I not be able to do your makeup because I would have to go buy like a whole new kit, basically. It's not something that I've been interested in a while now. Like, of course, if my family members want me to doll them up real quick, I'll hook them up. Getting paid to do it? No. It's just, I feel like I could be doing so many other things, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to my friend, because she definitely was just like, I figured, you know, and I really appreciate her for that, because some people really don't understand that just because I'm talented at something or I like doing something doesn't mean that I want to do it anymore. You know, and they'll try to convince me to keep doing it or to carry on because I'm good at it. And it's like, and just like with any other business, being a makeup artist is hard work. You really have to put yourself out there. You really have to be that girl. You got to look like that girl majority of the time. And instead of except when you're doing your clients, because I know I was looking up a hot mess for most of mine. I feel like that light really changed the lighting. I've been using this Xrizz'Tina palette a lot, and so I'm just use this one. I'm gonna take my Makeup of the Day Cosmetics Blending Bestie brush. Oh, I'm so excited to dip into this palette, y'all. It has all of these beautiful warm colors. This is one of my favorite palettes. Ugh, I don't even know where to start. Okay, I'm gonna start with D1. So I really appreciated that, you know, she was so cool about it, and I like when people understand that just because a person is good at something doesn't mean that it has to be their life's work, or it has to be, you know, what they do even currently. Because a lot of the time, especially in the last 10 years, every time somebody says that they're good at something, people are like, that's a business, not everybody wants to open a business. And to be quite honest with you, I would much rather be traveling, catching flights, making memories, being out in the ministry, like doing stuff like that. That's what I would rather be up to. So I'm blending this in my crease, and I'm going up and out. And I'm blending in the direction that I want the eyeshadow to go. So instead of me just going like this, I'm going up and out after placing it in those areas initially. So I need an eyeliner, and I'm gonna see if I can find it. Oop, it's right there. I love this eyeliner from Urban Decay. This is their 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil, and this is in the shade Perversion. It's my favorite. I'm going to use this Pat McGrath Mothership V palette, and I'm going to use the deepest shade, one of my favorite e.l.f. brushes from back in the way before time. This brush is so old. And I'm going to place that right up in here in the corner of my eye. Like so, like that. I love depth on the outer corner, honey. Give it all to me, okay? I can't go without it, like, especially when I'm wearing eyeshadow. So I dismantled my kit, and that was also part of one of my goals for the year, is to simplify my businesses, because I realized, honey, I have entirely too many businesses. I've been managing them pretty well, especially for somebody who never sat and thought about the fact that I have so many businesses. Because first of all, there's content creating, right? So creating content for brands, partnerships, there's that. And then there's also creating content and trying to earn an income from my platforms. That's 2. Then I was doing makeup professionally. And just because I dismantle my kit doesn't mean I'm not going to come back to do makeup. I might one day, especially if it suits my desires at the time and my need for work. Then last year I started doing nails again. And this is when I realized I have a lot of businesses. It's really, really fun for me. It's a passion for me. And I don't see myself not doing it in the future. But I also don't see myself having so many clients that I can't do the things that I want to do. And that's part of my dilemma with having all these businesses is I never quite pursue any of them entirely, because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, what if there's something that I'm going to want to do and I can't do it because I'm over here providing services, you know? Like I mentioned, that's when I realized I really needed to simplify the work that I do, because I'm also a stay-at-home wife. So I was like, I need to simplify the work that I do. I need to establish a schedule, and just better organization in general, because obviously if you have a bajillion businesses, you have to be moving pretty slow in each one of them in order to maintain them like that without a team, because I don't have a team or anything either. Okay, so now I'm going to use this eyeliner. Honestly, I feel like this is my signature look. And there's levels to it, because sometimes it's heavier and sometimes it's lighter. But this is my signature look. Brown eyeshadow, depth in the crease, black eyeliner smudged out. When I started doing nails and my clientele sort of picked up, I said, I think I'm going to have to not do the makeup thing because I don't want to. And that is a really, really important lesson to learn in life as soon as you can is, if you're able to not do the things that you don't want to do, go do something else. Because I know not everybody has the privilege to just say, nah, I'm not going to do that, But if you don't have to and you don't want to, don't do it. Because you'll look back and wish that you had spent your time pursuing something that you were actually interested in, or something that would have actually benefited you, What am I going to do on this lid? Any of them would look good. Any of them. You know what? Let's kick it old school, right? We're going to use one of these in my inner corner. Since we're doing an old school makeup tutorial, I'm going to use this right here. This is the MAC NC43 powder. And I'm going to take this old MAC brush. Look at how old. Girl. It's all cracked. Anyway, this is a, what is this called? Girl, the number is gone. Okay, well, it says made in France. So this has literally survived. I think I got these when I was 18 years old. Like right before I turned 18, I was having a princess ball. And it wasn't for my birthday. I don't celebrate birthdays, but I obviously graduated from high school and my mom was like, what do you want to do? And I said, I want a princess ball. I want to wear a big fat dress. And so I made a long list, and one of the first things on the list was brushes, makeup brushes. And I had put like Sigma and all these brands that my mom didn't know about. She was like, I'm not putting my credit card on the internet. Girl, and she went to Dillard's and she bought me a bunch of makeup brushes, and I still have every single last one of them. Every single last one. All right, y'all. So I got both of my eyes on. That took way longer than it should have. Ooh, sorry. That took way longer than it should have, mostly because I'm sitting here on Instagram responding to my friends and just showing love on the timeline like I always try to do. If you follow me on Instagram, tag me in your posts. I would love to come show some love, you know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy though, okay, because I don't do the crazy tags. The only lashes that I've been loving lately are the ones from K-Medics. They're called the Xrizz'Tina lash. And let's just say I know how to pick a good lash, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. But I did have these lashes from my kit. So always make sure that you trim your eyelashes before you put them on, y'all. And that's part of the reason why people's lashes will lift in the corners, in the inner corner specifically. And sometimes the outer corner too, if you don't trim your eyelashes. The glue that I'm using is from Tarte. I have been using this glue for some years now. And I just like the fact that the glue turns kind of blue when it's ready for me to pop them on, and then it dries clear. And if you're one of the girls who likes to have the black lash glue, honey, they got that for you too. I still thoroughly enjoy being a content creator. I have a lot of fun doing what I do. I definitely feel privileged and super grateful for the fact that I can do this. I wouldn't say that I make like a lot of money or anything doing it. Definitely not enough to support myself in this day and age. But I have goals and I would like to be able to support myself financially doing this. So, yeah, being consistent in my content. And I'm pretty sure y'all hear a lot of people say this, but being consistent is the hardest part about content creating. It's more than just making sure that I upload stuff for y'all to watch. It's establishing new ideas, having a routine, having a schedule, being not predictable, but just having something to where you know for sure that you're going to see something from me every week, and so that you look forward to it. And I know that there are some of y'all out there that do, and it means the world to me because y'all been here for a minute, and like, that's crazy. Now I just gotta decide what primer to use. You know what? It's winter. It's winter, so I'm gonna use this one. This is from St. Jane. Girl, when it says it's gonna make you smooth, it says it's gonna make you smooth. That was quick. This primer sets in, honey. It does have a scent to it. So if you're sensitive to fragrances and things like that, I don't recommend using this. But something that I've been thinking about personally is just how bad the internet has gotten in terms of really training people to think that you should get everything that you want immediately, like immediate entertainment, immediate access to information that you want. And I feel like it's made a lot of people lazy. This is NC50 from MAC. I'm just gonna shake it up. But I feel like all of the information that we have access to has made a lot of people very lazy and entitled in terms of being entertained by content creators. And with platforms like TikTok making more everyday people, regular people into content creators, I feel like y'all are starting to sympathize a little bit more with us because y'all are running into the same dilemmas, like, oops, people finding out your business, people finding out that, you know, you're not what they thought you were, and then trying to put you on display like you're just this sort of monster or something because you're not what they thought you were, or you're not what they want you to be. And I appreciate the sympathy whenever it starts to roll into play. But I also, like I said earlier, I feel like a lot of people are entitled and they just, nobody wants to work for the information that they need anymore. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've seen somebody post that they're wearing something or that they like something, and then people get mad because they're like, you didn't link it and da 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 da. And it's just, we don't have to. And then they want to call you a gatekeeper. Google is free. Google is free, baby. Okay, if somebody posts something that I like and they didn't put it in the caption, or I don't even look in the caption half the time actually, but if somebody posts something that I like, I'm gonna look at that item and I'm gonna go to Google and I'm gonna type in my own description of what I saw, and then I'm gonna find it, because it's literally that easy. Whether it's me or somebody else going off in the comments mad because the information that they want is not readily available or somebody didn't mention it in the video. I just need people to understand that that's not how the world works, okay? Because if I was walking on the street and you told me my shoes were cute and I said thank you and walk away, you're not gonna come in my face and go off on me talking about, you're a gatekeeper. I told you that I liked your shoes and you didn't tell me what shoes you were wearing. I don't have to. But yeah, so that was on my mind. That was weighing heavy on my mind for a while now, because I'm just like, part of the issue is So many content creators want to please their audience to the point where they enable that sort of behavior, and that's not okay. It's not. I'm gonna put this on top of this, and I'm actually gonna do a little contouring, y'all. I'm gonna do a little contouring on top of my bronzing, cause why not? This is 160 from Thread Beauty. And the thing that also kills me about people who get mad about like products not being in the description is, are you even buying these products? Do you even tell the creator or the brand that you purchased the products because of the creator? You know what I'm saying? Are you putting it on and tagging them, or are you showing that you bought it and making them feel like, hey, me putting all this effort and work into providing this information for the convenience of the viewer is worth it? Not everybody does that, you know? Content creating nowadays has become super one-sided, and I think that, I hope that it changes, because obviously a good majority of us really enjoy what we do. Like, we actually love sitting down, filming these videos and interacting with everybody, and we want to have a good time and we want to be there for y'all, but it's just a couple bad apples, you know? It's a couple bad apples. Okay, let's get into this bronze tour. It is combination time, and it's giving. I'm not flat, and that's important. I wish oh no, not my battery dying. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna have to charge my battery and come back. Y'all, so I literally had to try to charge this camera up a little real quick. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this makeup out of the way while we are on 50% battery life. Today I'm gonna do the Kosas foundation, and I'm gonna use the Born This Way concealer with my Milk concealer. And the question that I got was from Miranda. She said, if you could only use one makeup product for the rest of your life, what would it be? Girl, that is really hard to choose. If I could wear one product, like I can't wear anything else? Or are you asking if I couldn't change the product? Like, this is the one product that I get to use for this type of makeup specifically? Because if it was one product that I could use and never ever change, it would be the brow gel from Benefit. Definitely, because the way it lays my eyebrow hairs down, and I never have to worry about my eyebrows moving or looking any kind of way. Definitely that brow gel. Now, if it was one product that I could wear and I could never wear anything else makeup wise, maybe eyeliner, and it would be black eyeliner. Yeah, because that's one of those products that was one of the first products I ever became interested in, because I can put it around the rim of my eyes and look sort of grungy, or I could do like a wing and look really neat, like snatched. I think that's the only product I could get away with wearing by itself and absolutely nothing else on my face. Black eyeliner. Lauren was right. Filming makeup tutorials, having the viewfinder on the top is better than having it on the side, because I'm looking to the side and I'm like, da, 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 da. Girl. Moving on to my concealer combination, because I love a good concealer combination. I'm going to start with this one from Milk. And y'all, I'm running out. I'm so sad, but it's okay because I can get some more. But I love this concealer so much. When I first got it, I wasn't expecting to fall in love, because I've used other concealers from Milk before and they weren't bad or anything. They just didn't do what I needed them to do in terms of coverage. This one is from Too Faced. I like to mix more matte concealers with creamy luminous ones, if that makes any sense, because they just play well in my opinion, for the most part anyway. And then I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder, baby. So for this, I'm going to blend out the mustache first, and then I'm going to go up to my cheeks. I also kind of use my concealer as a extra defense against my smile lines. I'm looking in the viewfinder again. But I'm using it like a mirror, so it's okay. And then looking over here. And I do like to take my concealer up, and away. Sort of clean up that line a little bit. And then I'll blend the rest of it out, because my Milk concealer is also the one that I use underneath my brows. So we get a nice smooth transition there. Y'all see that? Yes, ma'am. And I'm gonna let this Too Faced concealer sit for a second. Are lashes considered a makeup product, or are they just an extension? See, this is me being sneaky, trying to get around the rules. Because if lashes is not considered a product, then I would definitely do eyeliner as my one thing to wear for the rest of my life. Girl, the coverage on this is crazy. Baby, ugh, do y'all see this? It's the blendation for me. I always gotta make sure I get them corners of my mouth real good too, because those be the first things to go when me talking so much. All right, so the Laura Mercier powder. Ooh, this is my favorite, my favorite. I posted a video on TikTok, and in the video I said this is the best setting powder and nobody could convince me otherwise. And I was like, you could try, but you're not gonna succeed. Because I remember I used to use Sacha Buttercup. I used the Ben Nye powder. And those powders are so dry. So dry. At the time, I was oily as well. But looking back on my makeup, I realized my skin did not look good, basically. Not to me at this point in my life. My skin was giving very much parched. I still use probably the same amount of setting powder. It's just this one is more fine, so I don't wind up having issues. So I'm going to use this Natural Chocolate from Too Faced, and I'm just going to tap it on. Okay. So now I'm going to take this blush right here, y'all. Ooh! You know me, honey. You know I love an orange blush. Look at that. And I could add more, and I'm going to. And I like to bring my blush into my eyeshadow, like so, like that, because it just transitions really pretty. And then I'm going to take the shimmering one down here. This is, I don't know if this is supposed to be a highlighter. It's a blush trio. I don't know if this is supposed to be a highlighter or just a blush, but I'm treating it as such. And I'm just gonna tap it on there. Just like that. And I'm bringing it on up. She's giving. Now, if I didn't have a 50% battery, I'll go ahead and put on some more blush. But we need to move on and up, honey. So this is a MAC eyeliner. Like I mentioned earlier, everything's going to be linked down below. The shade for this one is Sick Tat Bro. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and put this on my waterline. And I'm going to make a thicker line out here towards the outer corner of my eye. Now these eyeliners, y'all, they don't move. My hair, it don't move. These do not move. Once you put them on, blink a couple times and go about your business, it's a wrap. You cannot go back over these eyeliners, which is why I like to do one at a time. So I'm going to take my pencil brush from earlier, and I'm just going to smudge it out. And I just blend it out like that. Now, if you want a little bit more warmth or even a little bit more depth, get yourself a warmer brown eyeshadow and just put it right on top of that. Because this eyeliner itself is definitely cool toned. Every time I put water on my, every time I put eyeliner on my waterline, I think about how Jackie Aina was saying nobody ever records them putting on eyeliner in one of her old videos. Because it's awkward to look at, and just repeating the same steps as before. This is one of those reasons why we need to wear eye cream though, especially if you bring your eyeliner down here, your eyeliner and eyeshadow down here. It is so important to treat our eyes with kindness, honey, because one day they're gonna give out. But I'm getting ready to test this supplement too. That's another thing. I'm wanting to debunk some of the TikTok favorite products and things like that, and just share my insight and opinion as a professional makeup artist and an honest person in general, not even just being a professional. As somebody who has no problem just saying it like how it is, I want to debunk some of those things. So one thing I'm going to try, the first thing I'm going to try is this vitamin supplement, or this collagen supplement from this company called Spoiled Child, because I've been seeing them everywhere, and I'm just like, every time people review it, they'll start with no makeup and then they'll end their review of the product with makeup on, and I can't get jiggy with that. Like, I need to know, I got to know if it actually works. So we're gonna test that out. But I want to use one of these shimmers, like I said earlier, in my inner corner. So I'm gonna start with Lily, or Lily, because we doing an old school makeup tutorial, and y'all know, remember, people would just put the little dot right there. Girl, I know I did it for some time. Actually, let me get a different brush so I don't mix that dark color. I did it for some time, but then I started to realize it kind of looked goofy to me, especially if your eyes aren't that petite. And so I started blowing mine out. Now I just need to do the mascara, and for my mascara I'm going to be using Powerful. This is from Wonder Skin. This was just sitting in my drawer, y'all. I feel like one of the main things that brands will send me specifically, I can't speak for anybody else, is mascara and skincare. That's what I get the most of. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, the eyelashes that I'm wearing are from Amazon. Now let's get into a lip product. I don't think this is the lip liner I used. Okay. Right. Okay, so then I took this. This is a tint from Benefit. This is in the shade Pink Lemonade. I think this is how my lip was looking. I don't remember, y'all. I think it was Cherish. Yeah. I think this was it. I don't remember, y'all. And then I took Chocolate from Fenty on my upper lip. And then this lip gloss right here, or lip oil, from St. Jane. What shade is this, girl? It's called Elixir. Let me do the setting spray real quick. I can't believe that my battery is actually trying to die on me. Just so rude, okay? But this look is giving honey. I had to put my robe on because it's cold up in here. But I do want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed the chit chat. Please give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much for subscribing, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Peace.
I'ma need safety. Tell her I can't snake me. Ray gun off safety. My girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world. She want the two-tone spaceship. Blow smoke screen daily, so the stress don't faze me. I'm going. I want a grill for the mouthpiece, so bright that it light on my face. Your shawty just call me a fave, cause she like my character traits. I never stop for a break.